What's up, guys? You already know who it is. It's Opex, and you're tuned into The Mind of Opex. However, we're going to talk about something I hardly ever talk about, and that is trucking. Of course, you see me back in the truck. Nice leather seats, nice truck. Real nice truck, 2019. Anyways, before I boast about myself and anyways, let's dive into actually why I'm making this video. I want to talk about trucking, and I want to talk about an aspect that I've actually already discussed before, which is long haul versus short haul. And I want to add an addition to this video because I don't want to regurgitate everything that was in that past video, which was like a year ago. But I kind of changed my tune over the last year or so about short haul versus long haul. However, I tried to leave it as empirical as possible when it came to those two. Now, of course, my feelings, a lot of people think, has something to do with why I make videos. It has nothing to do with my feelings. I just want to bring out the truth in everything. It has nothing to do with my feelings. Sometimes you'll see my feelings come out, but that has nothing to do with the information that I'm talking about. Again, I don't want to regurgitate all that information in my long haul versus short haul video. Just know that I'm as accurate as possible, even though there are such things as other divisions, other types of regional, there's all types of different types of trucking jobs, right? And just because I was regional and you were regional doesn't mean that our companies didn't have a whole different game plan, how they ran us or whatever, right? So we all have different experiences trucking. So I'm going to basically tell you my experience right here of my last short haul experience, and then I'll dive into my long haul experience. I've had much more time long haul than short haul, but I've done a significant amount of short haul to understand it very well, and well, both of them very well. But I want to talk more about experience in this one rather than what for sure you're going to expect. So in my short haul experience, and like I said in that video before, I was basically pro short haul because of it had an opportunity for me to make more money than I was making before. And I think that's the big difference of why I actually enjoy short haul. I actually despise short haul right now. I would never do short haul again. Straight up, never do it again. Wait a second. The last trucking video that I did was me basically telling everybody, hey, I can't do this anymore. I can't do the type of trucking job I'm doing because I was running illegal. I was doing things that was really affecting my health to continue going on that path. So let's dive into like the experience of a day-to-day life short haul, at least my experience. All right. Again, there's different divisions, there's different companies. There's companies that might run you legal or illegal or whatever, right? I'm just going to say my experience. So, general day would be wake up at the butt crack of dawn. This would be 6 a.m. And I would have to unload because I'm already at the receiver. I unload. It takes me 2 to 3 hours. Let's just say 3 hours with all the shits and giggles. On an average, it could be 5 hours. Trust me, I've done 8 hours. I've done 2 days waiting for them to load me because they wouldn't load me until Monday or whatever, right? Like, I've done it all, right? But let's just say, benefit of the doubt, 3 hours to get unloaded. Then I have to go get loaded. Let's say that's, it could be 20 miles, it could be 200 miles. Let's just say, for argument, 60 miles. So it takes me an hour. I make 30 bucks in that time, but I didn't get paid for the 3 hours of unloading. Now let's say I have to get loaded, finally getting loaded, and that takes about 3 hours. Again, that can fluctuate. Let's just say, benefit of the argument, this is the general gist. So about 7 hours of my day are wasted, and I make 30 bucks in 70 hours, or 7 hours. Ugh, 70, that would be crazy. So 7 hours of my day basically basically wasted. And for what? Because my boss wants to get paid every day. But the general gist of short haul would be very similar to that. You would have to get loaded and unloaded every day. Every day. Could be you waking up, getting loaded, then getting unloaded throughout the rest of the day. It could be multiple loads and unloads throughout the day. It could be a lot of things. But short haul is generally you load and unload every day. That's a general gist. So when you're loading and unloading every day, think, come on, 7 hours of my day wasted. Short haul. From 6 a.m. till 1 p.m., let's say. And sometimes not even until 6 o'clock at night, until I actually get loaded, right? But this is the general gist of my experience. So it's now 1 p.m. and I can finally get going. Now, at this point, you gotta fucking cheat your logs and shit, or else you're only gonna be left with what's 14 minus 7? It's 7. You're left with 7 hours. You're only gonna go 400 miles, right, in 7 hours. So you're gonna have to do something called editing, or screw up your logs, or run illegally, right, in order to do that full load. Now, my experience was 700, 800, 850 miles a day. This is at 1 p.m. I have to start doing that. And this is every day. 800 miles, how long does that take? 14 hours? Right? If 400 miles is 7 hours-ish, then you would say 14 hours for 800 miles. So let's say 14 hours go by, and I'm finally over at where I'm supposed to be and getting to the receiver. So what's 14 plus, well, what's 1 p.m.? Okay, let's do the math. 11 hours till midnight, then another 3 hours. So it'll be 3 a.m. Right? 3 a.m. I'm finally at the receiver. Think about it. 3 a.m. I'm finally at the receiver. But I have to deliver at the butt crack of dawn at 6 a.m. Think about it. Try to get 3 hours of sleep a night. It wore me the fuck out. I worked so hard doing short haul, it was embarrassing. It was detrimental to my health. This is me and my personal experiences when I went short haul. And I thought it was just my company. It isn't. It happens everywhere. So, as much money as I was making, which kind of triggered me into thinking short haul was good when I started seeing $1,500 to $2,000 paychecks every week, well, that's because I'm working for that. And for 7 hours of that day, basically I'm making 30 bucks. Which is basically, you can count that off as zero, right? Because that's like your expendages for the day, right? So you're basically making nothing during that time. So that's the big difference, I think, between short haul and long haul that I did not talk about in that video. Long haul versus short haul, or whatever I named that video. I made that video a year ago, I don't remember. I don't even remember exactly what I talked about. But I know that what I was talking about was true because everything from my heart comes true. Now, long haul, right? I live in New York again, and as being a New Yorker, I come out of New York and I go to, let's say, Arizona. These idiots on the road. Now he puts his hazards on after he already went on the side of the road. Anyways, so long haul, my experience was, let's say, like I said, New York to Arizona. It's fucking easy, right? Takes you 3, maybe 4 days, 3.5 days tops. Now, but I'm working legally now as long haul, and I've noticed that the general gist of all my long haul positions were that as well. Were legal. Now, I'm sure there's more to it than that, but this is my experience, and I've really experienced no fucking up with logs when I'm long haul. It only occurs when I'm, short haul. Okay, so again, you can only do 400 miles a day, tops, max on a great fucking short haul day, right? If you ran legally. But if you ran illegally and you fucked up your logs and shit, well, what's gonna happen? Then you can actually make a decent buck. But if you were OTR, you can run like that every day. So let's say New York to Illinois. That's one day. Let's say that's 700 miles. Okay, well, that's 350 bucks a day for me, right? 50 cents a mile. That's the general gist. I won't accept anything less. You know, I know my worth. And, you know, you do that every day, 700 miles, and you can do that legally. And then when I finally get down to Arizona or California or something, well, what's going to happen? I get unloaded, and then I get loaded. Okay? Very simple stuff, but that will screw up my day legally where, you know, 7 hours of my day is basically done. And then I can only drive another 7 hours that day. And that's going to help my clock go down where it basically, it doesn't reset, but it helps my clock so I can start driving back now. Back to New York. So, the whole aspect of running legal versus illegal, I'm making the same amount of money working OTR and legal than I was making short haul. So the general gist here is short haul pays your employer more, a lot, and frequent. Long haul pays your employer less, and you get less times you get paid. To the person like me or you, the driver, long haul pays us a lot more. And it is what it is. I mean, short haul pays us less. Now, this is if you're doing everything legal and the same amount of work time. So, if it's per mile, why would you waste 7 hours of your day every single day? And it's not just a waste out of like your work clock. It's a waste out of your 10-hour break, your sleep time. And then you're left with maybe 3 hours if you do it right. Right? Doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I'm on 100%. I'm on team OTR all the way. OTR is the right way to go if you are a driver. Now, OTR, before, when I first got into trucking, it didn't pay well. It did not pay well. I'm not saying I worked for a mega carrier, but the company I worked for had 120 trucks or whatever, and a lot of employees, we'll just put it that way. Had their own mechanic shop, had a lot of things for them, working for them. They started off drivers and started me off at 32 cents a mile. And 32 cents a mile isn't shit. Now, I got pay raises every 6 months to, you know, was it 32 to 35 to 38 to 41. Something like that. Something like that, you know, increments of 3 cents per mile every 6 months. And that was cool, but they pretty much capped you off around 40-something cents. They add a governor to your vehicle so you can't drive as fast. So there's a lot of aspects to your first company that's going to suck. Once you get that out of the way, then we can actually have a logical discussion about long haul versus short haul. Which is, my experience was, I wanted to be short haul. I want to be home every week, right? Your home every week basically entailed maybe the rest of that day and then you have to work tomorrow. Maybe. Right? Oh, and God forbid if there's a blizzard, because you ain't going home. So, the point is I'm getting at is that the short haul, they say they're going to pay you this much money, and it's going to be a lot more than your starter company for sure. And it's going to seem good because they're telling you that, hey, we're going to run you like this, we're going to give you all these miles, we're giving you 50 cents a mile, and you're going to be doing 750 to 800 miles a day. If you do the math, yeah, that's $400 a day. Great. You're thinking, hell yeah, I'm going to fucking 800 miles, I'll just have to work an extra couple hours a day than I was at the company I was before, and I'm making twice the amount of money, right? That's what your logic and your brain says. But until you actually go through it and understand there's about 7 hours of bullshit every morning to afternoon that you have to deal with before you start making money or even start your clock, yeah, it's rough. So all in all, short haul is a lot more work for the same amount of money. You're working an extra 7 hours a day, taking that off of your sleep time every day. Every fucking day. And yeah, you stay local. You don't really get to see the whole country. You get to go, what, 800 miles out, pretty much. So it's not like you're getting to see much, but at the end of the day, short haul is a lot more work. Long haul, a lot less work, which is normal work. I'm running legal right now, 700 plus miles every day. And I'm still making some good money, and I get a full night of sleep. And there's a huge benefit there. There's a huge benefit. So I love OTR. I hate short haul. I wouldn't work local because there's no money in local, but I'm just saying short haul versus long haul. Go long haul. I'm sure some of you are like, I want off on the weekends. I got a family. Did you hear what I said? You might get a day off. They might say off weekends. How many trucks in the back of the motherfucking truck do you see say, oh, you want to drive for a great company and be home on the weekend? It'll say home weekends. What does that mean? Does that mean both Saturday and Sunday you have off? No. That might mean you might come back Saturday night and leave Sunday afternoon. That's what it might mean. And a lot of fucking up your logs in order to make any money for anybody. So, being straight up, 400 miles a day isn't making money for anybody. But, if you're doing a load every single day for 800 miles, and it gets from A to B in 800 miles every single day, well, that's why your boss is getting rich. That's why your boss had 5 trucks when he first met you, and after 5 months, he's already up to 8 trucks. It's because you're making him a fucking fortune. You know? Because he's making, what, $1,500 a day. Let's just say $1,600. You know, 800 times 2. $2 a mile. $1,600 a day, and he gives you fucking peanuts? He's making a killing. And all he has to do is say, hey, driver, go here to here. Come on, what else is he doing? He's looking for your load and saying, hey, go to that load. What else is he doing? Yeah, the back office. Yeah, this, that, and third. But is he really trying to, you know, he's breaking the bank over your labor and your sleep and your life. So, yeah, I have a little beef against short haul after what it's done to me. It's almost caused me to not like trucking anymore. Now I fucking love trucking again, like I did before. I fucking love it, man. This is only day 2 with this company, but trust me, I'm already fucking ecstatic about this. Because guess what? At the end of the day, I get to take a whole 10-hour break. Now, again, I know I've said this before, that I'm against ELDs, still am. Still against ELDs. Shit, there's times I'm tired, I just want to pull over and take a nap. But I can't, because it'll fuck up everything. There's a million reasons why I hate ELDs. Now, again, just because that company before, my short haul companies, they've made me run illegally, doesn't mean I had to. Right? It takes 2 to tango. They say, hey, work here, and I do it, and I don't like it after a week, I get the fuck out of there. It teaches them a lesson. It shows them, hey, drivers don't want to be fucking worked like a slave. So, again, I'm working this job, 50 cents a mile, which I would have been making short haul anyways. 50 cents a mile. Of course they shut down a lane. Why wouldn't they? So 50 cents a mile. I'm making the same amount of money, 7 hours less work. I mean, there really isn't much more to say, but I'm also not trying to intrigue you to go OTR if you're short haul, because you already know you're getting screwed. Because chances are you've already worked long haul, and you already know that, hey, yeah, there are jobs that require you to stay home, or stay away from home for a while. Look, like this one. Branch drivers wanted. You could be home with your family tonight. And these idiot drivers are out on over the road, and they're like, you know what? I miss my family. No, what you really need is to understand that short haul will screw you. 7 hours of your day wasted. Gone. You don't get paid for that shit. 7 hours a day. Do you want to work 7 hours a day to make sure that your boss gets another Ferrari and another semi-truck, brand new? No. I mean, unless your boss is really helping you out, but what are you really doing there? Right? You're getting owned. You're getting fucking treated like a slave. When you're OTR, again, you're making money, and the owners of the company are taking a little bit of a hit because of it. Right? Long hauls pay less than short hauls. And there's a big reason for that. Because no one wants to fucking load and unload every day because you don't get paid for it. Straight up. No driver wants to load and unload every day because, hey, have you ever been to a shipper before? I'm sure you have. I think you know what I'm talking about. It's just a waste of your time, waste of your life. So you're going to be home to see your family on the weekends. What, 4 or 5 hours? You get to eat dinner and take a nap, go back to work the next day? That's what you want? Or fucking be motivated to find a better job. Right? There's all types of fields, there's divisions, there's all types of different things you can do in the trucking world. Me personally, I found what I like. I like OTR drive-in. I've done reefer, I've done short haul, I've done even intermodal. I've done a lot of that. I know what I like. I like bumping a dock every 3-4 days. That's all I like. Now, no one else can be here and be like, something else is better to me, right? Like, I've heard every argument. OTR, drive-in, bump a dock every 3-4 days, and make that money. You know? If I'm making $350 a day, and I've already done the math, and I'm making more than that. I'm actually making about $375 a day. And I did the math. $375 a day times 11, because I'm out on the road about 11 days. Then I'm off 3 days, right? Full 3 days, according to them. We'll see this next week. So, out of every 14 days, I'm working 9, and you times that by 375, and then you times that by 26. I'm making 6 figures this year as a company driver. 6 figures as a company driver. There's good opportunities out there for you. Short haul is not one of them. You want to make 6 digits short haul? Fine, go for it. I've even heard of 6 figures local, right? Go for it. If you can find something that works for you, if you like bumping docks after bumping docks after bumping docks, and you get paid hourly. I mean, who really? Like, the thing that still boggles my mind is people that say that they're local and they make 6 figures. That doesn't even make sense to me. You know why it doesn't make sense to me? Because, hold on. You know why it doesn't make sense to me? Never seen an ad that says, work this local job 40 hours a week and make 6 figures. It's never happened. Never seen it. I see local joints that are paying $25,000 a year. Yikes. I've seen ones that are, you know, giving people $13 an hour for a professional field that you had to pay money and tuition and had to get training for, and you know, you had have to have X amount of years of experience, OTR experience, to get for your $13 an hour. I've seen that. I've never seen anything local, anything ever close to 6 figures, ever. Just never. And let's do the math here. 40 hours a week. Let's say you're making $50 an hour. That's $2,000 a week. You need to be making $50 an hour. $50 an hour. Who the fuck is paying a local guy $50 an hour? Come on, tell me. Who? That's what you need to be making 6 figures. $50 an hour. Come on. So these people that say that they're local and they do this, sure, I believe it. Right? I believe you do 6 figures. You might be somebody that's contracted on as an owner-operator or as a independent owner-operator or something like that. I understand that. But as a company driver, What company's paying you 50 bucks an hour? Come on. They don't even pay their dispatchers. They don't even... Who gets paid 50 bucks an hour in the trucking world? No, not any company's paying you 50 bucks an hour. It's not happening. So, you're going to deal with all the types of bullshit too. But here's what I found out. Less work, longer miles. That's enough for this video. I think I definitely made this kind of like go on too long. I actually thought it was going to be a 10-minute video, but I always think it's going to be short. Just never works that way. But stay tuned for more content. I'm going to be doing daily videos again, so stay tuned for more content. See ya!